and welcome to my kitchen. Today is a cold, dreary December day, and we are going to get started on our 12 days of baking. I've actually adjusted the timeline a little bit because Sundays are just too busy to try and bake, and I will try to get you a video out every day. Does not mean it's going to happen. But I like to bake up goodies, then I pack them down, freeze them, and on right before Christmas, we make goodie bags for all of our neighbors and go pass them out. So we're going to get started today. It's noisy, please forgive me. But today we are going to be making peanut butter blossoms. So let me see here what I need to get started with. We need brown sugar, regular sugar, flour, peanut butter, salt, vanilla, egg, and baking soda. And of course, Hershey Kisses. Let's get started. To start, I need 1 stick of room softened butter. And then I need a half cup of sugar. Let me get that here. I'm just doing everything in my stand mixer. I'll need a half cup of brown sugar. My son was asking about my maple leaf, and I just told him I drop it in my brown sugar and it keeps the moisture out. Keeps the sugar from getting hard and clumpy. Alright, so I've got those things I want to cream together really quick. Let me get this put on here. I was making brown sugar earlier, so there's a little bit stuck to my beater since I literally just made it because I needed some for this recipe. And to this, I need to add 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter. Get this scooped in here really quick. Butter's still kind of sticking to my beater. Last little bit here. All right. Sometimes I like to put a little extra peanut butter in my things. Remember, if you're baking for someone else, always check and make sure there are no allergies, because there's nothing worse than accidentally sending somebody to the hospital. That all in there. Spoon's going in the sink. I love peanut butter. I honestly do. This is coming together very nicely, so I'm going to add my teaspoon of vanilla and 1 egg. I want to do a whole egg. There we go. Wipe my hands here. I'm going to go ahead and add my 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And let me see. I'm going to mix this together before I add my baking soda and flour. Remember to scrape down the sides of your bowl so you make sure you're getting all that butter and peanut butter incorporated. There we go. All right. Now to start adding my flour, I need just knock that over. Oops. Need 1.5 cups of flour. The hazards of working in a small kitchen. You don't always have room for everything on your counter. Get 1/2 cup more. I've also got my oven preheating to 350. And these cookies will bake for 8 to 10 minutes, depending on how your oven works. Mine runs a little hot, so I'll start checking them at 6 minutes. And then I need a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Half. Well, actually, all right, half teaspoon baking soda. Now let's carefully mix this up. Now that we've got everything mixed together here, let me get my beater cleaned off. Now you don't want to overwork your dough. Just make sure everything is well combined. I think I should be able to get it. Yeah. There we go. All right, there we go. That out of the way. I had a piece I just dropped. Okay, so now I'm going to take a plate and I'm going to put some sanding sugar in my plate. I'm using a mix of red and green. You can use whatever color you want, or you can opt to use no color. But I want to kind of mix this together, give it kind of a festive. I think I want a little bit more green in there.
Looks good.
You're not sticking your fingers in them. All right. Go finish your math for me, or your English. You're working on English today, please. All right, I'm going to take a scoop. I actually have a scoop this time. And you can make these whatever size you want. And I'm just going to scoop these out, kind of roll them into a ball. And then I'm going to dip them kind of like that. Now, I'm not going to do the bottom of mine just because you guys know the struggle I have with my oven. So if I put the sugar on the bottom, it will definitely burn. I'm going to place them on a lined baking tray. So we've got them on our tray here. Now these are going to go in the oven 8 to 10 minutes, but I'm going to start checking mine at 6. And yes, I have an old cookie sheet down in the bottom to try and help deflect some of the heat. I also set my temperature slightly lower than what my oven says it is because it runs hot. So now we need to unwrap our kisses. And I have Grinch kisses. I think the wrapping's cute. All right, we're going to get these unwrapped because we need them as soon as those cookies come out of the oven. These have just came out of the oven. So now we want to take our kisses while these are still hot and just press them down in the center of each cookie.
Can I do that?
Help me.
So what are we making?
These are peanut butter blossoms. I'm going to finish making the last bit of my peanut butter blossoms. Thank you for joining us today, and happy baking!